folks. I'm out here on the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland today, doing a little bit of trolling for striped bass. Also, hopefully find them on the side imaging unit, and I'll mark some waypoints and do a little jigging on them as well. One thing I want to illustrate today in this trip and a couple other upcoming trips that I have on the Susquehanna River up in Pennsylvania, and I'll do a largemouth trip somewhere, I'm not sure, is why I always seem to key in on the top end speed of a torpedo motor and whatever boat that I'm in, that I've rigged it on. And why I'm in a boat that has been the fastest, the Wilderness Systems Attack 140. Why does top end speed matter? I think a lot of folks assume, hey, that's something that's important for the tournament angler, on tournament morning to get to that spot before anyone else does. And that's certainly, there's some truth to that, but that's not the only reason. And one of the biggest reasons, whether you're a tournament angler or someone that doesn't do tournaments and just wants to get out there and fish and keep fishing in adverse conditions, top end speed matters. Not so much to get from point A to point B, but to hold in position on a place, a waypoint that you've marked where you know that there's fish. If you have a lot of strong outgoing tide, like I'm going to have out here in the middle of the bay in about an hour and a half, way out on that point, outgoing tidal current that you're fighting, river currents. If it's, some of the best fishing I've done on the Susquehanna River has been when it's when it's really full, not quite flood stage, but like really cranking, where you just can't, hack it with the paddle or a pedal drive, or even a trolling motor can't hack the amount of force coming, the CFS coming downstream. And the other is wind, how you can use the torpedo to hold you in place for that marked waypoint in really strong winds when the fish are chewing on those wind-blown points. But we're starting here on the Chesapeake. Hopefully I get some stripers on my side imaging, and I can show you dropping a waypoint there and jigging on them and pulling them up, even though I have a really strong outgoing flow. Right. Just moving from spot to spot and kind of out in open water. Not a big fish because it wasn't pulling drag, but I'll take it. Let me shut that motor off so we don't let him tangle up. Yep, just a little schoolie. Good to see these guys. Oh, how you doing, little baby? You gonna get big? All right, I'm gonna let you back so you can get big. Go eat. That ledge right there is the kind of thing that I would expect to see some fish holding on. Haven't seen it so far. We're going to keep cruising out here, and hopefully we get those nice marks that we're looking for. All right, so that could be a smaller fish on this ledge here. We will go ahead and move the cursor over to that fish. Yep, and then do mark the waypoint. Yes, that's what we want to do. Then we will exit out of there. And I think I'm going to go back to a screen that shows a little bit of everything. And I will go back to that waypoint. I'm going to bring in these rods, and I'm going to go ahead and jig on that fish. Alright, let's zoom in there, and you can see my little boat is pointing off to the right, but I'm steering with my feet here. I'm just kind of making adjustments to the steering and the throttle, and I'm actually going to back it up. And right about now, I'm closing in on that spot, so I'm going to back off on the throttle, steer a little bit into the wind that's coming at me, and might be time to start jigging. It's off to my left, just a hair. So I'm gonna point into the wind, and as soon as that boat starts doing that, you know, turning into that circle, I'm locked onto it, and I can start jigging right out here. Let's give it a shot. For what it's worth, I stopped to re-rig my soft plastic, and I'm drifting with the wind between 2.2 and 2.3 mile per hour. 2.4. Well, can't really decide, but over 2 mile an hour is the wind speed that I'm having to fight to hold on that spot. And 2 mile an hour is easy. It's when you get a tidal current speed of 2.5 to 3 mile an hour coupled with the wind, you know, at that 2.5 mile an hour, all of a sudden you're up to 5 mile an hour that you're fighting. And you know, you can do that for a little while with your paddle, really sprinting, but then you get one shot to jig on it, and then it's over. You can certainly do that with a pedal drive if you're really sprinting, but really having a trolling motor that'll clear 5 mile an hour, even 6 or 7 mile an hour, fighting that tidal current plus wind together, that makes a difference. That allows you to keep jigging on that spot. I want to get back on it. So one thing I do like to do when I stop to re-rig is I pull this off so I don't bump it. So I'm putting the kill switch back on there, and I'm gonna zip right back over to it. Steer with my feet into the wind. Drop down to that spot. I just saw it on the side image. I am thinking it was not a fish, but a submerged log or some other debris, because it has not moved around. I did have one other one up at the surface, kind of turning and swatting at stuff. So there's some bait fish out here. We'll give it another couple minutes, and then we'll head back to where I saw that first big mark. That one I have faith in. Got lines out, and straddling the peak of this point coming out, and I'm getting a little bit bigger waves coming through that are rocking it pretty good. As I get back on this point, I want to drop some waypoints on stuff that I saw and didn't mark, and I think maybe the way to do it, because it's only in like 5 to 6 feet of water, is to use the motor to hold in position and then cast and reel with the jerk bait through there. I think there's got to be fish in that location at some point during the day, especially with the water temperature coming up, all this wind pushing in that sun-warmed surface water up against that point. I think we're going to get some big fish shallow. I certainly saw that one mark, and that has me excited. I probably should have stayed on it longer rather than going 1.5 miles out in the middle of the bay looking for fish. I should have stayed with the one good, definite big fish mark that I saw. So we're heading back there. We'll see what happens. Someone liked this flat. Let's see who's down there. Not a real big one. Not a bad fish either. Let's move my camera up out of the way. Always happy to see them. Knowing that we got another generation of fish coming in. It's always a great thing to see. I want to handle him as little as possible, get him back in. All right. See ya. I sort of have a lot going on here. I want to show you a waypoint that I marked and why I think I had a big fish that I ran over. Let's take a look, see if I can get back to that waypoint and show you how I marked it, and hopefully he's still there and we can run over him with the trolled jerk baits that I got. Let's take a look. All right, we're gonna use the cursor and mark what I think is right there. Right there. Those are bait fish. And right behind it is another fish following it. Hopefully you see that. I overshot it. That's the shadow. That's the fish following the bait fish. So go ahead and mark it. Not a real big one. I'm not going to circle back. But we're in the right area. We're cruising around. Another schoolie. Interesting. Might be bigger than I originally thought, but a very interesting set of ledges and bottom contours here. Is it moves from shallow to deep to shallow. Is it transitioned from kind of shallow and flat to shallow and bumpy? I picked up that fish. So a lot going on there. Certainly lots of hard bottom oysters maybe? We'll see. Not sure what all that is, but lots of places for bait fish to hide and for bigger fish to go in and get after them. That's what we want. Oh God, yes. All right. Came out in the deeper water. Listen to that drag run. All right, I'm turning and running to the fish. That's a good one. Oh gosh, that's a rush. That is a huge rush. Nothing. Small fish, small fish, small fish. Then, all at once, zoom. You get it. Okay. Knew they were here. I loosened that drag just a little bit, just to make sure I'm not ripping the hole in that any larger than it already was. All right, here and there, I'm trying to reel in some slack with the other one, to reel in the other line, but keep this guy buttoned. It's gonna take forever. I do not want this other line out. Just kind of do it by hand. Okay, reel you in. He's gonna run again here in a second. It's a good fish. I just hope it stays buttoned. Rod tip deep down. It's a big, big, big fish. Oh yeah, I see her. Oh man, that is a huge fish. I think that's as big as I've caught. Shallow. Hi there. Hi, come here. Come here. All right, I'm turning. 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 I would use the motor, but I believe that other line is wrapped around it. just want to face the wind and have this fish on the side that I know I can handle better. Good, 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 good. Good. Come here. No, no. Come here. Nah, I can handle you. Gotcha. I got her. Bogue on the face. Ooh. You ready for the reveal? You ready to see? Oh. 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 Golly. I just feel like this fish could flip me over. Oh, it's heavy. Good job. All right. Let's see how long, and then we'll get her back in. She's got some work to do. All right, I got the jerk bait out of my propeller, put that rod away, and I'm just heading shallow here. I'm moving with the motor to revive the fish, and I think she's in good shape. I did get a good measurement finally. It's a 46-inch striped bass, and it's nice to see them. Certainly there are breeders, and she needs to go back and do her thing and make more of the babies that we were catching earlier. All right, she is revived, ready to get back to eating and making babies. 46-inch striped bass from the Chesapeake Bay. Let's see her swim off. Here she goes. That was a lot of fun.